Hi guys.
Provision challenges.
Let me
In
just go
spite
ahead
of the
and turn off
challenges,
the
you
other
are
thing
still
I gotta turn
responsible
off
for the
real quick.
safety of your students. The lack of safety in physical education
All right. Sorry.
changes in the sports
Oh my
environment have
gosh.
created
I
great.
have this other little video playing of training and I need to get rid of it. Happy Wednesday. Today, you guys are going to be starting your bones of the wrist and hand section. So we've made it through the elbow. Now we're on to this area right here. Okay. So I'm going to be giving you your lecture right here on the computer, and which will be posted up on my projector for you guys. You guys should each have these notes that you'll be filling in. But I'm going to be honest with you. These notes are the first time you guys will not have me giving you like exactly the right answers. You're going to have to search a little bit on here for it and be able to find the answers essentially. So let's go ahead and share my slide so that you guys can see. Bony anatomy of the hand and wrist. So the skeletal anatomy of our wrist is, and knuckles and fingers. So our fingers and knuckles, those are all considered metacarpals and phalanges, but our carpals are the area in our wrist. And those are irregular bones, and so you'll be able to see those. So we have 8 carpal bones. We have 5 metacarpal bones, and that should sound familiar because we have another word called tarsals and metatarsals in our foot. We have 2 sesamoid joints, and we have 14 phalanges. Why don't we have 15? Because our rad thumbs only have 2. All right. Here are all of our bones broken up. You notice that our thumb is number 1, just like our big toe is number 1, and our pinkies are number 5. Remember in the big toe, that pinky metatarsal, if it breaks, it's a Jones fracture, but it's number 5, and that's what you got to remember. The smallest one is number 5, biggest one is number 1. We have scaphoid, trapezium, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, capite, hamate, scaphoid, trapezium, trapezoid. So it's a lot. So we're going to be going through them today. So the first thing is our proximal row. What does proximal mean? Everybody think about that for a minute. What does proximal mean versus what does distal mean? Proximal means closer to the core of our body, and distal means farther away. So the first proximal, so the ones more here, are scaphate, lunate, triquetrum, and pisiform. And then the distal row farther away is trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. And we're going to learn where those are, and I actually have a video for you. So I want you guys to take 5 minutes and pause this video, and I want you to focus on an acronym for this section. Acronym is when you make it sound like on old Olympus towering top, a fox and a hop viewed some a giant and a fox viewed some hops. That was our acronym for in a mnemonic situation for your cranial nerves, and it's the same thing with this. So I'm going to give you guys at least 5 minutes. You can even take 10 minutes if you want. And as a table, I want you to each come up with an appropriate acronym. Once you've done that, you can hit play again. So go ahead and pause now. All right. So Um, we have one that is in the medical books, and it's some livers try poisons that they can't handle. So scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, trapezium, trapezoid, cappe, hamate. There's a couple others, some lovers. There's one about lovers, and whatever one you guys decide on that will help you remember, that's what I hope that you do. You need to remember distal, remember, and proximal, and sometimes that can help. All right. So as for the metacarpals, those are our knuckles right here. That's the distal head of the knuckles. Those are what you hit with. I can't even tell you how many times I get, it actually has been predominantly male, even though females do this sometimes too. There is some punk teenager here at the high school every year that gets mad about something stupid. Usually it's about the relationships that I hate in high school because they always end badly. I'd say always, but that's not 100% true. And they hit the wall. And they come in with a swollen knuckle here and they're like, "Is this okay, Rose Kelly?" No, it's not okay. And then I already know what they did because I've seen this injury like 1,000 times. It's a pretty textbook injury from hitting a wall. And they're just like, "Oh, I just bumped it." Like, "You're lying to me, bugger." But then they end up telling me they punched a wall. Like I didn't already know. You need to know most of the injuries that you guys have, whether it's burns or cutting or punching a wall, or even falling off your bike or a car accident, they all have pretty textbook accident markers. We know what you already did before you tell us. We just legally have to ask you. So I just think it's funny when kids are like, "I don't know, I just bumped it." Yeah, right. No, you punched that wall, bugger. So don't do that. It's bad and it's stupid and it's not going to fix anything. You need to come in here and punch my soft bed one day after school because you're in some stupid relationship. You do that, but don't punch walls. Remember, we have the base, we have the shaft, and then we have the distal head. And now at the base and the shaft, you have condyles. Remember that just like any other bone, we have epicondyles. And then we have again our numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Fingers, 14 bones, 3 fingers, or I mean 3 on each finger except for the thumb. And we always have the proximal and the distal, proximal, medial, and distal. All right. And now here's a beautiful picture of it. Hopefully help you kind of understand where things are. Again, remember that the thumb only has 2. And that trapezoid trapezium is right underneath it. All right. So for today, you guys are going to grab the long paper underneath my printer and you are going to put your hand on a paper and you are going to trace it all the way down to about the middle of the shaft of your radius and ulna. And then you're going to draw the bones inside it correctly. And I want labeling everything that we went through here. Do not draw on your skin today, but these are pictures that you could possibly do on your paper. And you will have today and Thursday to draw this. Most of you on Wednesday, you have this class for 75 minutes, so you're going to be able to do a lot more. But it's okay. Don't worry, you'll be fine. And you can make it extra pretty. All right, I believe that's all I've got for you on this. I hope that you guys are doing great things, and I'm excited to see your beautiful drawings on next week. Don't forget that you have your Latin quiz on Friday, and you will do amazing. Bye, guys.